Coverage of the assassination attempt continues, and I'm joined now by Joe Morris, chair of the Political Science Department at Mercyhurst University, a regular contributor here at Erie News Now. You're here for this shocking day in U.S. history. I asked Hamedi this question. I'll ask you the same question. Did you fear that our divide would or could come to violence like this? I mean, we have to go back to the attempt on Ronald Reagan's life.
Well, to be quite frank, anyone that didn't see this coming, I think, has had their head in the sand. For the last decade, maybe decade and a half, we have watched our nation inch closer to political violence, beginning with the violent rhetoric of the 2016 presidential election campaign, moving to Charlottesville, to January 6th, and today this call for a full pardon of people who were engaged in violence on the Capitol. We are in a moment where political violence seems to be becoming the norm for American politics, and this is a frightening situation to be in.
Frightening when it moves from rhetoric to action. So how does the Trump campaign move on from this? I mean, there was some excitement about who's the running mate going to be. Could he say it today in Butler? Will he, do it at the convention? I mean, what happens now? How do both campaigns respond or recover from this moment?
This has been a decade of unique circumstances. Every time I talk with you, we're talking about another novel situation, one we've never seen before. We are at a moment when today we came very close to having a Republican convention where there was no nominee going into the convention. We almost lost Donald Trump today. And on the other side of the aisle, the Democrats are considering dropping their presidential candidate. We almost are in a situation, we came very close to a situation where we had two open conventions on the horizon. Makes for a difficult time in politics.
It does make it for a difficult time in politics, but we're also now dealing with a loss of life here too. We don't know what the mental state was of the person that was taken out by the Secret Service, and somebody who went to a political rally is gone, and a couple of other people in critical condition. So there are implications certainly beyond politics here. But what will it take, do you think, to unify our country to move us past this moment?
Yeah, it's difficult to say. I always believe that the power ultimately, at least in our political system, is in the hands of the people. And I think the challenges we face in our political system today are largely the result of people like you and I not doing what is necessary to make sure that doesn't happen. Our first job as Americans is to be citizens, and citizens have to do the work and demand the very best from our elected officials. And I'm not sure we've done that as well as we can. We can stop this tomorrow as citizens. We just have to take the first steps.
Citizens need to take some responsibility as well. Dr. Joe Morris, thanks so much for being with us. I'm going to toss it back over to Mike Ruzzi. I guess we'll be right back with